Hi, this session is going to be conducted using cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. And my name is Kathy Kelly. Come in. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kathy.
Emmanuel, nice to meet you.
Have a seat. So, Emmanuel, what brings you in today?
I don't know. I just haven't been feeling like myself.
Okay, so you haven't been feeling like yourself. How would you say yourself usually feels?
Happy. I used to love going to the gym, for example. I was always energized to do so, but not anymore.
How would you say you feel now?
Exhausted. Absolutely no energy. At night, I don't get much sleep. I get about 5 hours or so if I'm lucky. I have a 3-year-old daughter who keeps me up, and when I'm at work, it's very hard for me to concentrate.
So you're saying you don't have much energy, you haven't been getting much sleep, and your concentration level is pretty poor.
Yes.
You mentioned that you have a 3-year-old daughter?
Yes. Also, my wife passed away suddenly last year from a car accident, so I'm an only parent.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I know she's in a better place, but I feel bad for my daughter as she grows up.
Why do you feel bad for your daughter?
I feel bad for her because she would never have a mother to look up to. She would have nobody to teach her about girl things like hair, her nails, or putting on makeup, motherly things. Sometimes I just don't feel like trying anymore.
Tell me more about what you mean.
I kind of just feel like giving up.
Do you mean giving up on being a parent? Or are you referring to something different, like giving up on life and possibly harming yourself?
Oh, I'm not talking about suicide if that's what you mean. I'm just really depressed. I have no motivation. Every day feels like a struggle. I just feel like laying in bed all day. When I say that I want to give up, I mean not wanting to face the struggles of everyday life. Ever since my wife passed away, every day gets harder and harder. People, people told me time will make everything better, but it is progressively getting worse. I miss her so much. I am reminded of her every day and every time I look at my daughter. I just don't know what to do. The pain has become unbearable.
Emmanuel, you are really struggling to feel better and find comfort through the pain. Much of your pain is stemming from the grief and the loss you feel from losing your wife. You're probably questioning if this pain will subside or not because it's progressively becoming unmanageable, right?
Yes, this is true. I know the pain comes from the intense feelings of loss, but it is also painful because I miss everything about her. The joy she brought to mine and my daughter's life. I just don't know if it is right to let go or hold on. Or hold on to the pain because it hurts tremendously.
I understand your pain under the horrible feelings due to your loss. Is it okay? It's okay to grieve, Emmanuel. How are you feeling today?
Before I came in, I was feeling very nervous.
What would you say before you came in on a scale from 1 to 10, like your nervous or anxiety your feeling was? From 1
My
to 10.
anxiety, I would say about 8 or a 9.
Okay, and that was before you came in, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now in the session, how would you say that your anxiety and your being nervous, how would you say that that's scaled at 1 to 10 now?
On a scale, I'd say 3 to 4.
Okay.
Coming in, I've never really spoke to anyone about what happened, and it feels good to express what I feel to somebody.
So when you speak about this, since you say you don't speak about it to other people, how does it make you feel? What are the feelings you're...
100 emotions in one. I cycle through the emotions because I can't express them. So hold them in.
Okay.
Yeah, all I have is my 3-year-old daughter, and you know, it's, I can't talk to her about this. You know, I'm sure she has her own world, her own thoughts about what happened to her mother.
Yeah, it's very true. Um, so, Emmanuel, you mentioned that it's hard for you to get up off the couch on days out of bed, right? Um, Now, do you have any hobbies, or is there anything that you do outside of work and be with your daughter?
When my wife was here, we would love to go on family picnics. We would go to the stores together, explore new venues, new cities. That was always fun. We used to do activities together. We used to take my daughter to swimming classes, do arts and crafts at the local library, but it just doesn't feel right when it's just me and my daughter.
So you have that feeling of a void in your life.
Yes, there's a huge void in my life.
Now, I feel like throughout the sessions, we're gonna be targeting. I feel like your loss and grief is, what could be adding to like your depression. Um, what do you say that we come up with a plan of 18 sessions, and the first 5 we'll evaluate, see where we're at, and maybe have to change some things, tweak some things if needed, and then evaluate on the 10th session, and then we'll evaluate on the 15th session to see. We'll evaluate 3 times by the 18th session. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the more sessions I have, I think it'll be better. Because just having this one session with you so far has made me feel much better. So I'm sure 18 sessions will definitely help.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. We're going to have to sit and talk about some coping mechanisms and some ways to help you pretty much beat your depression. How's your daughter doing with the passing of her mother? Have you noticed anything different in her attitude or demeanor?
She's really quiet. You know, she was never quiet before. Now she doesn't talk about mostly anything. Actually, before she would be a loud, energetic child, just like any other 3-year-old. Now she's just really antisocial. She runs away when people come over. She doesn't say hi to them anymore. It's difficult for her as well.
When would you say the last time that you took her somewhere and just you two, and maybe like went and seen a movie or did a picnic like you had stated you guys used to do with your wife? When would you say the last time you did that was?
The last full time we did, maybe a couple months ago, was the last attempt. Probably last weekend when I tried taking my daughter to the park and I was trying to teach her how to ride the bike. But that was an attempt. I didn't feel like being there.
How did it make you feel that you didn't? What were the feelings that you were going through your mind?
What's the point? Type of feeling.
Did anything come of that? Did anybody does anybody ever question you with being with your daughter, like that you're not taking her anywhere? Like, do you ever get any pressure from your family? No. How is your support system?
At first, initially, with my wife passing, everyone was there for me. My parents, my cousins, my brothers, my sister. They were all there for me, but eventually with time, my support group went from a solid 15 people who I would have to talk to 5, to 4, to 3. Now it's just me and my daughter again.
How does that make you feel?
Like everyone else has moved on but me.
What do you mean by moving on?
Got used to life without my wife.
So are you referring to the grieving aspect?
Yes. Yes.
Now, what would your ideal moving on be? If you could say that you'd want to move on right now, what exactly would that mean for you?
Be able to continue everyday life with the energy and the motivation that I used to have, and be successful at work again, and be a successful parent to my 3-year-old daughter because she deserves a good parent.
Okay, Manuel, well, you know what, we're gonna really work on that. We're gonna target these issues and hopefully achieve those goals for you. You know, you're the one in control of this, and I'm gonna do my best to help you, provide you with the education and knowledge you need, and hopefully, you know, we'll be able to get you out of this depression.
I hope so.
Okay, so you're okay with the 18 sessions, and then we'll evaluate after every 5?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, and if you make an appointment with the receptionist, we'll see you next Tuesday, okay?
Next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Manuel. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you.